Okay, guys, I watched the video, and this is the other thing I feel I'm falling a little short on. I watched the video the other day, and I'm like, oh, I never really explained that. So I started out with this Chuck Gruden thing, and I'm like, oh, Chuck got fired for saying the word faggot. And I'm not for bashing on gay people. I really don't care what you do in your personal life. And one of my really, really good friends, Dennis Perone, who was homosexual and an awesome dude, used to always use the word faggot. He goes, oh, he's such a faggot. Because when I was a kid, that was like, it was such like, you're so gay. It's like had the same connotation. And it didn't mean homosexual. It meant like, either way, maybe it was wrong. It's a bigoted word to say. It's a discriminatory word. But that's what freedom of speech is all about. And I'm always talking about famous people, and I don't mean to, but these are some of the most relevant things. Eddie Griffin, when he first came to town, to Los Angeles, I helped him out. He was like making me his manager. I gave him one of my cars. Well, I sold him my car, but he never paid me for it, so I guess I gave it to him. And he was always, well, he still does. He goes, nigger, 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 always the time. And then Mitzi, Pauly Shore's mom, she was the owner of the Comedy Store. She came to me because she knew I was close with him and working with him. She goes, can you talk to him about not using the N-word? And so I went and talked to him about it. He's like, fuck that. He's like, it's my free speech. If I can't say nigger or can't say anything, he goes, then what else can't you say? You can limit what else I can say. And my whole reason for being a comedian is to express my ideas. Here comes Mario. I'm filming without him.
Tell me you're like on 25 minutes, motherfucker.
No, I'm not. I'm just gonna put it straight up on the thing too. So the point was about Chuck Gruden the other day was like so lame that you lose your job over something you said 10 years ago. And anyone who's offended by that stuff, the issue's with them, not with Chuck Gruden. Is my shit crooked? Or is this thing just looks crooked on camera? I guess it is. That's the stovepipe to my wood burning stove.
Oh, I thought Chuck Gruden got fired for saying that recently.
No,
it was 10 years ago.
It was like 10 years ago.
It's not right 10 years ago either, but...
And it was in an email, and then there were 650,000 NFL emails, and they only released theirs. They're trying to fuck with the Raiders.
They're just fucking with him, dude.
Well, especially with the Raiders.
I'm not saying he's right for saying that.
Okay, now my brother, this is why I want to get into this real quick. My brother always wanted to own the Raiders. We've always been big Raider fans since we're kids. My brother grows 1,000 marijuana plants up in Northern California. I mean, thousands of pounds. And one of the people who he was really good friends with is Richard Davis. Richard Davis and I sold weed at the Super Bowl. Well, Richard got arrested that day. You probably didn't find that one. And I didn't. I'm the only one that sold weed at the Super Bowl in 1996. Super Bowl 30, XXX. It was a good Super Bowl. I was 30 years old. And we had a cannabis dealer's license. There was this guy, Peter. We read about him in High Times magazine. He was a professor up in Flagstaff, and he discovered some antiquated law where they had a cannabis dealer's license in Arizona. And he started selling marijuana, putting on his tax stamps and doing it legally. He broke up with his girlfriend or his wife, and she called the cops on him, which is like the saddest thing of people using the government to hurt other people. Like my brother called Child Protective Services to have my own children taken away from me at one point when we got in a fight. That's why I don't like the government that much. Not only have they surveilled me since I'm 5 years old, killed my grandmother, then they try to take my kids away. This country's got problems. Anyway, I forgot my fucking train of thought. Richard, it's all good. It has nothing to do with you. It's probably all that cannabis I've been smoking. Anyway, the bottom line is free speech is super important. So don't let anyone take your free speech away. And I know this isn't biblical. Oh, and someone he's like, how can you be promoting cryptocurrency in the Bible? These people are the devil. These like few haters that I have. Like I said, we only have like 20 people watching us. If that's 6 views in a week we get on some of these videos. So this particular hater was saying, oh, these are the bad guys. They're making the cryptocurrencies. They're creating this inflation to drive everyone onto crypto, and then they're going to enslave them with the cashless society. Maybe he's right. I don't know the future. I know the Bible. I know the Bible's correct. And so I know in my heart that these people who are pushing the corona and the bow to conquer the world in their white coats are most likely, not most likely, I think they're the pharmaceutical people pushing this crap. Then we're definitely at war without people knowing it. Even President Trump said, we've been attacked. This is bigger than Pearl Harbor. And I think what he was talking about, maybe he had inside information about the leak of the coronavirus at the Wuhan military games. And that's where they say the origin was of the global spread. And it seems as if the Chinese had pre-knowledge of it, just like some of our congressional leaders who sold their stocks that they knew would go down once they announced the pandemic. The Chinese also pre-ordered masks and things like that. So there's a lot to be suspicious of. Mario definitely makes my videos much more interesting, but we haven't, and I know our NFTs are going to sell because the future of NFTs are all about causes and supporting something you believe in. I think I'm going to even throw in a pound of marijuana for anyone who buys an NFT of cannabis hemp. So just like we burn our incense. So if you get one of our NFTs, you prove it to me, let me know, and I'll send you a pound. Yeah, so we have to make some money. We haven't made any money at this church whatsoever, and we're a for-profit church, and we're losing money. And the reason I became a for-profit church was so we could say whatever we wanted. I didn't want anyone, such as the government, to pull our not-for-profit status, because I think that's why most churches don't talk about current events and politics and things like that, because they would lose their not-for-profit status according to the tax structure of the United States right now. So what I've done for this segment here of the videos Mario and I are doing is I focused on some of the 420 elders. I did not include all of them. There's a guy, Richard Marcella, who was in a picture, Bill Bridges. There's this guy, Eric, that I don't know his last name. He had parted hair in the middle. He was at the hemp booth in the late 70s, and he stuck with me all the way through the 80s and the 90s. He would come to my rallies and come and visit me in the store. And I don't know what happened to him. Michael M. You know, I don't want Sundancer, Grey Wolf. There's been so many people that have had a positive influence on me. George Cervantes, even Dan Sky, Malcolm McKinnon, Kevin Booth. You know, there's a lot of people that have pulled together in this industry who educated people, sacrificed their time, their body, used their spirit because they knew this was the right thing to do. Anyway, I don't want to go on too long. Nobody's going to watch. Nobody watches anyway, but I'm done. Bye.